And so, you guys can sit down. I see you for your glasses. I'm sorry. I'm so confused. What can I say to that? So, you have these two visions. And on the other hand, I didn't really elaborate on the other vision, the way when you see these glasses, we'll call it Muslim vision. And actually, I don't know who knows Suhaib Webb over here. Who knows who Suhaib Webb is? Suhaib Webb gives a lot of talks about this. He calls it apocalyptic vision. Does anybody know what the apocalypse is? What is the apocalypse? The end of the world, the day of judgment. Basically, it's living like the hereafter is happening right now. So, and this is what this vision is essentially. It's seeing things for their worth, not in this life, but their worth in the hereafter. So when I see, mashallah, somebody wearing a nice shirt, mashallah, and this, I'm giving very stupid examples, so excuse me. I just want to make it as simple as possible. I don't want to complicate it. I see somebody wearing a nice shirt. I say, mashallah, this is a nice shirt because it looks nice. I'm using the Tahir's vision, the superficial materialistic vision of seeing the world, looking through those glasses, if you will. But I don't know how this person got the shirt. Maybe he stole it from somebody. Maybe he bought it from a wrong place. Maybe on the inside, it's like, I don't know, it's inside out, and on the inside it says, something bad, like a cuss word or something. Allah, I don't know, So, on the other hand, I have the Muslim vision, and I see past this. I see what this thing is worth in the hereafter. I say, mashallah, if he's wearing it for the right reasons, inshallah, and he's not trying to attract too much attention to himself, and so on and so forth, then this, to me, is what's a nice shirt. Not necessarily, just a flashy nice shirt. Allah, what I'm saying? Again, this is a very, very watered down example. But I want you guys to have that concept of these two pairs of glasses. And so, to kick it off, we're going to start by reciting the first 5 ayat of Surah Al-Baqarah. Everybody familiar with, you've probably heard them, if you don't have them memorized. A lot of people should have it memorized. It's very easy ayat to memorize. And again, I'm only saying this because of Nabil's presentation, mashallah. It was just so awesome that I feel we can comprehend this and look at the beauty of the Quran. We're going to start off, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, first ayat of Surah Al-Baqarah, ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. صدق الله العظيم. I know it's 4, not 5, but we'll stop at the 4th. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is subhanAllah. And this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us basically what pair of glasses to put on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after swearing by Alif Lam Mim, says ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. We'll jump to the 3rd ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing a certain people. The people we should aspire to be, inshallah, and the people that were saved from these hardships and from the shaitan and from all these things that we're talking about, these initial people that we spoke of. And he's saying that he's describing them. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. This is their first description. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. What does that mean? What does الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ mean? Those people who believe in the unseen. So hereafter, what is that? Unseen, seen? That's considered alim al-ghayb. That's considered from the unseen. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us these people, they believe in the unseen. And then that's the very first description Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them. It's the very last description, just to make a long story short, the very last description Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives is what? وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. What does that mean? And in the hereafter, they have faith, even stronger than faith actually. They have conviction. They have conviction. Yuqinun, from yaqeen, from to know that something's going to happen for sure. It's not even, faith. Faith is weaker than yaqeen, than conviction. So, the Quran, subhanAllah, is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all know this. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and back at the time of the Arabs, it was actually an insult for somebody to repeat the same thing. It would be considered frivolous. And that person would not be good at speaking or at writing poetry or anything. Yet here, subhanAllah, in the Quran, we see it's almost like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is repeating the same thing. Allah on one hand is telling us that these people should believe in the hereafter, right? And on the other hand, at the very end, he's saying what? Because he's saying believe in the unknown, right? Which includes the hereafter. Is everybody with me? You understand? But at the very end, he says what as well? So not only they believe in the unseen, which includes the hereafter, they also have conviction in the hereafter. He says it twice. He says it twice. Brothers, look how profound, look how beautiful our Quran is. Look at what Allah says. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, Muslims, male, female, old, young, doesn't matter. The world of the unknown does not include the hereafter for you. The hereafter should be something you're living in right now. It shouldn't be an alam al-ghayb for you. You take the hereafter, you pull it out of alam al-ghayb, and you live in it right now. I mean, the Prophet ﷺ, we're talking over 1400 years ago, is passing by the man of a house. He sees him thatching his roof, they had roofs made out of leaves and branches. And he tells him, if I were you, I don't know that I'd even waste my time thatching my roof. I mean, this is how close the hour is. This is how critical the situation is. So we have to live as if we're living in the hereafter. And we have to see things, we have to put these glasses on. Put these glasses on, and everything changes. It's like we're living in a different world. So although Sharif and Mutahhar, are walking next to each other, it's like they're in different worlds. Because Sharif is using Muslim vision, and Mutahhar is using worldly, materialistic vision. I mean, they're like, one is on Earth, one is on Mars. It's just two completely different planets. Okay? And I want us to really personalize this. I want us, first of all, let's put on the materialistic glasses. Let's put on, don't actually take these glasses from them, but figuratively speaking, put on these lens where you can only see the things that in this world and what they're worth in this world. Okay? Put these on. I'm going to mention two examples, okay? And then we're going to switch glasses and repeat those examples. Alright, so what kind of glasses do we have on now? Yeah, Muhammad's glasses on. We have the worldly vision. We have the materialistic vision. Okay? The first example is that of Suhaib al-Rumi. Who knows who Suhaib al-Rumi is? Tell me about Suhaib al-Rumi.
He's a very famous poet.
So al-Rumi is, mashallah, you're right, al-Rumi is a very famous philosopher and poet. But Suhaib al-Rumi is actually from the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. It's actually, I confuse you, because his name is not Suhaib al-Rumi. His name is Suhaib ibn Sinan. His laqab is Suhaib al-Rumi. I mean, what they called him is Suhaib al-Rumi because he was from the Roman Empire. But he was one of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. So a quick story about Suhaib al-Rumi, and we have our materialistic vision on. Suhaib al-Rumi didn't get to migrate. Does everybody know about the Hijrah? What happened in the Hijrah? I mean, very silly questions, I know, but if you know what, answer. Please, keep it interactive. Hijrah, the Muslims migrated from Mecca to Medina. All the Muslims migrated together. For the most part, who didn't migrate with them? The Prophet ﷺ, and who did he take with him? And who was supposed to go with them? Suhaib al-Rumi was supposed to go with them. But the Kuffar found out that he was going to go do Hijrah with the Prophet ﷺ, and they held him back. They said, you're not going anywhere. And not just that, he tried to go in secret. It was him by himself. Imagine this, okay? It's him by himself. And he's trying to go out in secret. And so he plans for a day, he plans his stuff, and he's on his way. And Kuffar, get wind that he's going to do Hijrah. He's going to leave to Medina to follow, the rest of the Muslims. And so they stop him halfway in the street. And mind you, Suhaib al-Rumi is not from Mecca, hence the name al-Rumi, from Rome. Okay, he's not from the Arab. What happened was he came to Mecca when he was younger. It's almost actually, subhanAllah, the same story as the companion you spoke about, where the companion came, Suhaib al-Rumi came from, in that case it was Faris, in this case it was Bilad al-Rum. He came seeking the truth, and he found the truth. And by Allah's grace, he ended up getting a job in Mecca as a trader. He traded in Mecca. It was a booming place for trade. It was like New York City of Arabia. If you wanted to buy something, you wanted to trade something, that's where you go. And so he ended up making a very good living for himself in Mecca. So he spent his time there. Anyways, fast forward, now he's Muslim, and he's going to follow the Prophet ﷺ. And the Quraysh stop him halfway there. The Quraysh find out he's going, and they basically cut him off. And there was a group of 4 or 5 men from Quraysh who stopped him. And Suhaib al-Rumi saw them. Suhaib al-Rumi saw them, and he said, listen, let me tell you what's up. I'm a very, very good marksman. If I wanted to, I would pull out my arrows right now, and I would shoot every single one of you, and I would hit you on my first shot, every single one of you. He's like, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. If you guys will leave me alone, just tell me a way that you'll leave me alone. They come to him. So they're like, no, obviously, don't shoot us. We don't want that to happen. And they approach him, and they tell him. They come up to him, and they say, you were a fool. And actually use some very bad terminology. They call them in the hadith, it says haqir. You are a fool, you are an idiot, you were so stupid and little when you came to us. You came to Mecca, you didn't have anything. And you came to us, You capitalized on our resources, you traded with our people, you made all this money, and now you think you're going to leave? You know, not if we have something to say about that. Basically, we're not going to let you leave. And so Suhaib, subhanAllah, look at Suhaib al-Rumi. He didn't even think twice. He said, listen, I'll give you everything I have. He didn't even say, I mean, the offer was from him. He didn't say, I'll give you 50-50, I'll give you, he was rich. You know, that would have been a lot of money. So he with himself said, I'll give you everything I have, just leave me alone. Is that fine? They said, that's fine. And so what kind of glasses do we have on right now? Materialistic vision, worldly vision, the vision of this dunya. Dunya, قطوفها دانية. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes Jannah. He talks about the fruit of Jannah. He says, قطوفها دانية. Means its fruit are low so you can pick it. But know that dunya comes from the word shay'un dani, wati, something low, something insignificant, superficial, and stupid. And so we have this vision on it. And so, what's the status of Suhaib with this vision? The guy lost everything. The guy he worked almost his entire life for this, and now he has nothing. So astaghfirullah, may Allah forgive us, but with this vision, he turns out to be a loser, and a sore loser at that. This guy lost everything. Now, where is he going? He's going to Mecca. It's like me coming to Bellefontaine from home. You know, I left everything. I don't have a home here. I mean, I don't even see the camera. I don't know what I have in store. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know. And Ahmed was worried that we'd sleep in tents. I said, no, it's probably cabins. It's cabins, right?
Yeah.
Cabins. Okay. I'm just kidding. Ahmed is my cousin. He's with me. MashaAllah. He's from Syria. MashaAllah. We need to get a takbir for Syria, actually. MashaAllah. Takbir. And for Egypt and Tunis and MashaAllah Libya. I came from RIS. They were talking all about this, so I'm really charged up. I'm ready. I'm ready. You guys want to go revolution right now? I'll go. We'll do it after. But for now, we're off topic. I'm sorry. This is wow. That was a horrible tangent. Suhaib al-Rumi, with this worldly vision. Back to seriousness. Everybody, back to seriousness. Fellas, Aboud. Back to seriousness. Everybody, listen up. So with this worldly vision, Suhaib al-Rumi is a loser. I mean, this guy lost everything and he's going to something that's unknown. Okay? One example. Set that aside for now. Okay, keep that in the back of your head. Another example. The companions in the Battle of Badr. Now, if somebody could tell me what the premise was for the Battle of Badr, I mean, why the Muslims fought the Battle of Badr, I'll give them $20. Because I would be super duper impressed. Sister.
Would be dead in the village would be gone.
That's good, but not $20 is good. There's a specific reason. That's true. That's very true. What's your name, sister? Ruba, mashallah. So Ruba is right 100%. Yeah, because the Prophet was with them. I mean, imagine if they lost, that would have been catastrophe. But that's not the specific reason. So, come on, bro.
They wanted to intercept the caravan.
So.
No,
So, what's your name, sister? Sister, what's your
Iman.
What's your name? You're a camper, you're not a counselor, right?
I'm a camper.
Okay, good. So what? Hey, can you, sister Iman, right?
Yeah.
Can you hire your voice and tell us all? Elaborate.
They went to go intercept the
Hey, listen, fellas, guys, brothers. Listen, this is. I mean, I'm not going to repeat it because she's going to do a better job than me. Go ahead.
They went to go intercept the caravan, but then they found out behind, so they weren't able to intercept the caravan. And so then they went and got back up from Mecca because I think it was, I forgot, but the leader of the caravan, he
Abu Sufyan?
Abu Sufyan, he wanted to fight, he didn't want to stop.
But the companions, did they go there to fight?
No, they didn't. They had just wanted to intercept the caravan.
They wanted to just intercept the caravan.